Speaker has no capacity to say exceptional dressing.
Millie has a very sharp eye. Honorable Njeri passed just in front of me here and I hadn't noticed, unfortunately. Honorable Speaker, let me join members and maybe just start off from where Junet has
I think
stopped.
the only exception I see is that the gracious lady is wearing something that looks like a cheetah. Or a leopard.
You can be certain, Honorable Speaker, if she was here earlier, yes, she would never have recognized any of the footballers that you are mentioning from back those days. Just like the Honorable Joseph was asking who are those the Speaker is mentioning. Because they were not born by then, Honorable Speaker. But that is the beauty of this House, Honorable Speaker. And it tells you that in this House, Honorable Speaker, we have men and women, as Honorable Juneta said, who have been elected by the people to come and represent them and oversight government on behalf of the people. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, when we oversight the executive and the judiciary, because we have that singular role as enshrined in this constitution, we don't do it as a favor to anybody. Not to the president, not as a favor to those serving in the executive. We do it on behalf of the people. Therefore, I want first to encourage members that nothing and nobody should instill fear in you in doing your work as members of parliament. Because you are duly elected by the people of Kenya to exercise oversight even over the executive, even the office of the president, and even the president himself. That is why this House has powers under this constitution to impeach those in the executive, and those in the executive can do nothing to remove you from this House. Absolutely nothing. Because that is how we crafted our constitution, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have listened to many of the contributions, and let me take particular interest to what the Honorable Tienda Omolo said. That we have a Powers and Privileges Committee in this House, Honorable Speaker, which fortunately is chaired by none other than yourself. This Powers and Privileges Committee has the powers and a singular mandate to receive complaints, as Honorable Tienda Omolo said, from whatever quarter against any member of parliament who may engage in any manner of impropriety, whether within the precincts of parliament or outside parliament, Honorable Speaker. It is not fair to condemn the House in its entirety, Honorable Speaker. We have young members like Honorable Njeri, Honorable Joseph, who just joined this House the other day, Honorable Speaker. We have older members like the Honorable Kimani, the father of the House, who has been here for a long time, and yourself, Honorable Speaker. When this House is condemned, you are condemned. The Honorable Kimani is being condemned. The Honorable Njeri and Joseph here are being condemned. Honorable Speaker, if there are people who have suffered, I am among those people who have suffered immensely from this condemnation. I was a sponsor of that bill the Honorable Murugara was speaking about as leader of the majority. I saw yesterday when figures of 150 million shillings were mentioned that relate to the Senate. There are people who went on social media to say, oh, that is the 150 million Kimani Ichung'Wa'S used to purchase I don't know what where. Honorable Speaker. No, this time they didn't mention a chopper. They were mentioning shares I invested in a bank. But I have invested an investment I have made, Honorable Speaker, from money I have borrowed from our own parliamentary circle and my other circle in Muhasibu. Fortunately, Honorable Speaker, when they banded those stories, thinking they are maligning me, the share price of NHIF has risen by 2 shillings. And therefore, that investment, by the very essence of their maligning stories, has gone up. And today I can liquidate them, pay off my loan, and walk home with a clean, tidy amount, tidy sum. But you cannot vilify me for that. Nobody should vilify any member of parliament because they are members of parliament, Honorable Speaker. When we vilify one person in this House unfairly, we are vilifying the institution of parliament. And we must protect and defend as strongly as we can the integrity, not of even ourselves as individuals, but of the institution of parliament. Because this institution is there to oversight. And we cannot have... Honorable Speaker, I was saying we cannot have meaningful oversight over the executive if we are seen to be beyond reproach, Honorable Speaker. Let us use our Powers and Privileges Committee to ensure, Honorable Speaker, if by any chance there is any one of us, and I say any one of us, Honorable Speaker, including myself, who, Honorable Speaker, as the Swahili would say, aliye na tuhuma yoyote, let them be before the Powers and Privileges Committee and also before the investigative agencies like EACC, so that they may take action so that we protect the institution of Parliament, Honorable Speaker. Two, Honorable Speaker, on the question of what is provided for in Article 94 to 96 of our Constitution, and I don't want to repeat what has been said about the powers of the House, our sister House in the Senate, to oversight national revenue that is going to the counties. I think it is a matter, and I said it yesterday, Honorable Speaker, in that meeting, that it is a matter that is explicitly provided for in the Constitution. We cannot amend this Constitution by vilifying the institutions of Parliament, whether it is the National Assembly or the Senate. Let us just purpose to live by the tenets of this Constitution. Honorable Speaker, NGCDF. Again, NGCDF is vilified and attacked in this fashionable thing to attack members of Parliament. NGCDF does not belong to members of Parliament. The Kikuyu NGCDF does not belong to Kimani Ichung'Wa'S. Neither does the Eldasa NGCDF belong to the Honorable Kenan Mohammed. Aden Kenan. Honorable Speaker, NGCDF belongs to the people of Kenya, to the constituents who have elected us to come and represent them here. We oversight NGCDF just like any other fund in government. Honorable Speaker, when the to their sittings, they called my fund manager and the board officials here, the board CEO, NGCDF board CEO. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, we must also protect NGCDF, not for our own sake, not because we have anything to do with NGCDF, because it has everything to do with delivery of public good and services to the people who have elected us to represent them, Honorable Speaker. And let me just conclude by saying, Honorable Speaker, we would have no business being the people's representatives if we have nothing that we can oversight those that have been charged by the people of Kenya to hold public funds in their trust. Then we have no business being members of Parliament if we can't oversight. We will have no business being members of Parliament if you will be able to go to your constituency. You find at a time like now when it is cold and rainy, a school latrine has sunk or a roof has been blown away, and you cannot influence anything, Honorable Speaker, with the NGCDF committees to ensure that you make good the lives of the people who have elected you. We must protect NGCDF with our blood and our souls, Honorable Speaker, in this House. We must. And we must tell everybody, Honorable Speaker, even those who are in the county governments, Honorable Speaker, and we have said it numerously, we are not in competition with the county governments. NGCDF, as Chepkonga has said, the new NGCDF Act of 2015 makes it very clear what role NGCDF plays in education, in security, Honorable Speaker. We amended the Act here the other day, Honorable Speaker, to even remove the contentious issues that were there before, like sports, and we removed them, Honorable Speaker, because we want to live and abide by what is provided for in this Constitution. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, let me say, we must, as a House, stand together, stand strong, and walk with our heads high, Honorable Speaker, if you have nothing to be suspicious of anything you do. Finally, Honorable Speaker, let me ask ourselves, the things we say, the things we do out there also portray something of us. The things that were said here of the finance bill last year, Honorable Speaker, that members were being paid to vote this and that, Honorable Speaker, those are the things that lower the dignity, and we keep saying, lower the dignity of this House and entertain even those who are vilifying and entertaining things being said against us, Honorable Speaker. I beg, Honorable Speaker, to end there, and thank you.